Okay, so this is the oops video where there used to be a longer tail section there, but I thought this turned out pretty good. What we're going to do today is sand this at 400. I've already got it to 320. Looks really good. We're going to dye it and we're going to finish it. So this is kind of before we put any color on and any finish. Okay, welcome back. All right, so I got 400 grit. Okay. So I don't want to do too much, just very lightly. So I don't want to reshape anything. Just kind of putting that final bit on. So just a little bit. When we finish it, we'll sand with 400 in between some coats. So this won't be the final time that this gets any paper. Okay, looks real nice. All right. So next, I have a brush with an arthritic handle and just some good old-fashioned dye. This is like a chocolate brown, Van Dyke brown, dark brown. So what I want to do is just do 100% saturation. Totally soak this, and then we're going to do a heat gun and dry it. So we're going to kind of do a speed finishing. So you can see that there. Okay. So we're just going to mop that on. Ooh, yeah, that's a nice brown. Yeah, again, we're going 100% saturation. Just turn it a bit. Redip. And just mop it on. Oh, this is going to look nice. Yeah, I was so disappointed in the oops video. I went back to trim something by the tailstock and it just popped. Just exploded. So, yeah, how do you recover? You just kind of make something smaller and still looks nice. It's still salvageable. So, yeah, I thought we'd do a good video on how I do some finishing. So this should be fun, and I might pause it a little bit so we can go through time. Just let it dry. That looks pretty good. Okay, I think I got 100% here. So let's cap this. This is just a water-based dye. Okay. Now we start to pull it off a little bit. Try to transfer some of that dye back onto your t-shirt. Brush soaks up any of the excess. See there, you can see a little bit where it's not. That needs a little more. So scrub that in. That looks real good. Okay. I have a heat gun. So these get really hot. So be really careful. This thing will burn you, and you can blister and bubble the chemicals that the dyes and finishes are made out of. So okay, you can see it getting lighter. That's what we want. That means it's drying. That's going to look nice. Okay, so that's a good place to stop for now with the heat gun. Ooh, I can feel it. It's really warm. Okay, the next thing I want to do is, ooh, I dropped my eye hook. Shoot. So I have a nail here, And I'm going to drill a hole in the end where we can put a little eye hook for the handle. I want to tie a piece of string or some ribbon around here. But I want to drill a hole here. So we're going to turn the lathe on, bring our tailstock in, and pierce a hole right here. And this is still drying, so whew, good. Okay. Get that centered where I want it. And we're just going to drive. This is just a sharpened nail. We're going to drive it into the red line that I got marked. And then back it out. Okay. Let's have a close-up. Okay, so that's our hole. That looks pretty good. Yeah. Okay. All right, so this is a speed finishing process. So I want to do a sizing with like yellow glue and water. So I got that back here, just some yellow glue. And just a cup with a little bit of water. I just squirt about 50-50. 50-50. And then we're just going to stir it and thin it out. Looks like just thinned out glue. All right, and then same thing, just mop it on. And what I want to do is trap that dye in the wood fibers, because when we do our finishing layers, I don't want the finish solvents to melt into the dye at all. So, because we're still water-based right now, water-based glue, water-based dye. But when we get into the solvents finishing, sometimes I've had bad luck with those solvents, alcohol and acetone and things in lacquer and shellac melting into the dye. So this will kind of help do a little sizing. So the same technique as the dye, we mop it on, and then we'll do like a tipping brush off, and again lathes off. Okay, that's looking good. Set that down for a second. We might have enough on here. Now I can kind of spin it a little bit, even it out. That looks good. Okay, we'll get the heat gun going again. You can wash this brush with water and reuse it, so that's what we'll do later. All right, now we'll dry this real quick. Yeah, again, this gets hot, so, ooh, yeah. Okay. Feels good. Okay, and now I'm just going to brush it with shellac. So I got my trusty can of shellac here. And I think the same technique. Now we just mop this on. And this is where we start to get our glow and our shine. Yeah, this is just orange shellac. Sometimes there's enough finish already on there. You don't have to dip back into your can. And we're trying to avoid drips. I'm really looking for drips. It's one thing in fine finishing, you look for drips, and finish can stay wet and hold a thickness, and some can hold a thicker mill thickness than others. Oh, this is starting to look nice. Yeah, I'm just letting it soak in. 100% saturation. But I'm also brushing as well. Now when I see drips, I want to get all this entire ornament wet at the same time. No drips, and then we're going to stop, and it'll set up. Probably do the heat gun on it a little bit, but with heat gun, if you can get so hot it'll blister the finish. So okay. Now I can do this. Spin it, brush it. Okay, so that's 3 steps. Well, we dyed it, we sized it with yellow glue, and then coat of shellac. So let's do a close. Yeah, there we go. That looks nice. Okay, so that's coat 1. All right. So what I'm going to do is take this off the chuck. Okay. And this part we're just going to use as a stand. So then we can let it dry. So it can go off somewhere, and you know, I'll put it over here. And that can sit for a day. So the next thing I want to do is, in one of the last videos I made this little handle, this pole out of this artificial material. So let's chuck that up. I got just a little bit here I think I can grab. I want to polish it. I think I can get a brighter shine on it. So that's pressed in tight. Not too much torque. Okay, I don't want to break it. And in the next video, I'm going to polish this handle. So thanks for watching. I always enjoy it. Thanks again.